This is Victor Miller, and I wrote the first Friday the 13th. And you are listening to WithoutYourHead.com.
All right, we're back, and we're joined by Betsy Palmer. Welcome.
You know, I love you can count backwards. That's great.
That's impressive.
I'm sorry?
That's very impressive.
Yeah, it really is. Most people count forward.
Yeah, that's how he got the job, because he was able to count down from 5.
Are you in Worcester?
I'm in Cape Cod.
Oh, on the Cape. Oh, my goodness. I've been going to the Cape and working there since, about 1953, 50, maybe even 52, when I first came to New York. My first job was down in Falmouth.
Oh, I'm pretty close to there. I'm Sandwich. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, sure. No, the Cape. I'll be up on the Cape in November, as a matter of fact,
cool.
Doing a little presentation for some people who have puppets, large and small, that group, that woman and her husband. Well, I won't go into it at this point, but we're going to be doing a wonderful thing up there.
Yeah, it's probably
very
more
talented
different than
people.
the Friday the 13th.
You want to talk about Friday the 13th?
No, I'm just saying, probably what you're doing is a little different than the Friday the 13th role.
Well, I always bring that quality of Mrs. Voorhees into everything I do. I'm a little on the insane side, so it creeps in no matter what.
We can let everybody know where you're going to be performing in December. Was it November?
November, I'm going to be in Yarmouthport at the little church there, the Swedenborg Church. Actually, I did love letters there, too, for a fundraiser. Yeah, I'm very close to a bunch of people over on that part of the Cape.
Oh, cool.
Helen Pond, is a big set designer, and her partner, Herbert Zen, is no longer with us, but they all those years at the Cape Playhouse. I hold the record at the Cape Playhouse in Dennis. I beat Shirley Booth by one play. Shirley Booth, yeah. And Pat Carroll's an old friend of mine. We've known each other since the 50s. She lives up there on the Cape. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
John's in West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
John's in West Virginia?
Yeah.
Are you really, John?
Yeah, that's
What
why
are
we
you
don't
doing
have any
down
power
there?
here.
That's West Virginia, by God. That's how you have to say that.
He's from West Virginia, by God.
That's right, yeah.
He's not a fan of that accent.
I worked with David Selby, who was from West Virginia, good actor. Actually, we did Tennessee Williams' play, The Eccentricities of a Nightingale, in Falmouth. Tennessee came to see it and was there. He made up his mind to take it to Broadway. He came backstage after the play, after he saw it the opening night, and put his arms around my neck. This is Tennessee did. And he said, "Baby, you busted my balls." And which I took as such a huge compliment to have that man say something, and that's when he decided we'd go to New York. I mean, to Broadway. And eventually, and so David Selby was from West Virginia by God. That's that connection.
Did you have any apprehension, like doing a horror movie, like coming from Broadway and TV?
Actually, I was on Broadway at the time that the script was presented to me. I was doing, what was I doing? The two-character play. Not Once More I'm Feeling. That's another one I did. Oh, God, there goes my head. What is the one?
The name of the show is Without Your Head, so it's fitting.
What does?
The name of the show is Without Your Head, so it's fitting.
No. Same time next year.
Oh, okay.
I did it for the last year and a half. It was on Broadway. And driving home to Connecticut, my car broke down. And a trip that would take me usually an hour and 15 minutes, I didn't get home for about 5 hours. And so I just said, when I did get home, I said to the universe, I need a new car. And I told my daughter, she and I spoke the next day, and she said, go look at the Volkswagen Scirocco. This is 25 years ago, So I did, and it was a cute car. I liked it. So I thought, and it was $9,999.50 or something like that. And my agent called on Friday. That was on Wednesday that I looked at the car. And he said, how would you like to do a movie? I said, great. I haven't done a movie since the 60s. In California? He said, no. It's going to be shot in New Jersey. And it's 10 days' work. And they'll pay you $1,000 a day. I said, fabulous. I said, I just looked at a car I want to buy, and that would take care of it beautifully.
Right.
He said, well, there's one drawback. He said, it's a horror movie. I said, oh, no. No. I don't need to add a horror movie to my image of being a game player on television. I really want to be considered an actress, you know. Mm-hmm. So I said no, and then I thought for a moment, and I said, well, send me the script, and we'll see. I'll read it, which I did. And I said, oh, what a piece of crap. I cleaned that up a little bit for the radio. And I said, nobody will ever see this thing. It will come, it will go, and that will be it. Well, 25 years later, it's a cult film. I'm known as the queen of the slashers. And of its genre, it's number one is a good one. The other ones, I don't know who the guy in the hockey mask is. I say I'm crazy, but I'm not insane. I would never have, killed those kids if my little boy went at the bottom of Crystal Lake. So I do not admit to that fellow being anything in my life.
Right. Were you surprised when they made like a sequel to it, and they used Jason Voorhees in them? Since in the original one he's supposed to be dead.
Well, I just told you I don't accept those movies.
Okay.
I just don't admit to them. No. And the second one was made by our assistant producer, I think it was, and I had to go and do another head for him that could be in a refrigerator, which is pretty ghastly looking. In fact, I have a picture of it that I have at the convention, for the autographs, and it's very bad looking with my mouth open, and blood coming out. But there's a bottle of milk right next to me and a loaf of bread on the other side of my head. And so I say to the people when they want one, I said, shall I write, oh my God, this milk has gone sour. Because that's what it looks like.
Right. I'll let everybody know.
But the rest of them, no, I haven't. And I haven't done any of the other ones. I've been asked to do about 3 of them, and I won't do them. No, at least, this one's fine. This is an all right one, and I like what I do, and I'm only in the last 10 minutes, but I have the chance of being an actress, and really portraying a character. Mm-hmm. And by the way, you never see me kill anybody in that movie. Right. I'm the one who loses their head.
Right.
I wasn't even there doing it. It was done by a guy.
So,
I mean, there's a shot of a hand with hair on the back of it. I do not have hair on the back of my hands.
I believe John was going to ask you that question. That was your hand.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I was going to ask,
John was
it...
going to ask me? Well, I already told you, John.
Was that weird seeing your head cut off, like on film, the first time you saw the movie?
No. Why would it be weird?
I don't know. I've never seen my head cut off on film. So I don't know.
Well, I've lost my head many times in my lifetime. No. I don't know. I always just looked at it as being kind of dumb. The whole idea. But, it has, I get fan mail from all over the world, and they love this woman. They love Mrs. Voorhees. They really do. You'd be surprised. I don't know whether you'll be out at our convention or not, but these dear people come and want pictures, and then, of course, I chat with them. I don't just sit there and write my name. I get up, and it becomes a whole love-in, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And I finally have decided why they love her. I've been trying to figure it out for years. And I've asked people, like when they call in on a radio show, I say, why? Why do you love this woman? And they say, well, because we understand why you did it. But about 6 months ago, I was driving home from a convention, and I said to myself, now I know what it is. She's the perfect mother. Not only will she kill for her son, she'll die for him.
Right.
And every kid wants their parent to do that,
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody know you're going to be at the Rock and Shaw convention. That's this weekend, October 13th, the 14th and the 15th.
On Friday the 13th. How about that?
Yeah.
I was riding in a cab one day, Neil and John, and I can't remember where the man was from, the driver. And we were talking about Friday the 13th. He recognized me. And he said that in his country, Friday is not a bad or an unlucky day. Tuesday is. So in his country, it's called, in whatever language it was that we were talking about, Tuesday the 13th instead. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Well, 13th is still unlucky there.
Well, I don't look at it as an unlucky thing at all. I mean, these two things that I have said have not been important things as far as a career is concerned, which was I've Got a Secret, which I did for 10 years, and then Friday the 13th, which has become this cult film and all. And these two things that I dismiss very lightly have been really the two things that have kept me alive for at least 3 generations now. Yeah, it's amazing. The Lord works, or the universe works in mysterious ways. Who would have ever thought?
I guess when you're filming it, you never thought it would take off like it did?
No, I didn't think so. I've only seen it twice in 25 years. I don't go, and I haven't seen any. I don't go to movies that much, to tell you the truth, and I certainly don't go to all those horror things. Oh, I like some good old, that wonderful one with Harrison Ford, where he tries to get all these people that have come in, like, what do you call things when they're aliens, but they become, what was it, what's that called? A great film. In fact, I just got a DVD of the director's cut of it. I bet you guys don't even remember it.
I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure, yeah.
Name. Yeah, well, it was Harrison Ford after he had done Star Wars.
Right.
And he's out. Well, it's a great film anyway.
Well, Harrison Ford's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a very good actor. Very good. And then I didn't meet, the only person that I worked with was Adrian King. And when we did our scenes, because I came in at the end of the shooting of it, and by then it was September or October and was cold, and it was all those Pocono Mountains. Some nights it snowed, so we couldn't even work because, the whole thing is supposed to be summer camp.
Right.
So I never did meet Kevin Bacon. I hear those degrees of separation.
Right.
We talk about. I've been told there's no degree of separation between Kevin and me.
Right.
Because of the movie.
Yeah. I never thought about that. I
meet him one day.
Yeah. It's supposed to be summer camp, and I think you wear a sweater throughout the movie.
Yeah. So go and figure it. It's like in the first scene that I have with Adrian in the cottage, and she's piling up all that furniture in front of the door. I mean, chairs and beds, I don't know, pots and things.
Right.
And I finally said to Sean Cunningham, I said, Sean, the door opens out. And he said, oh, nobody will know. But they did do something with a rope so that, it's, movies are movies. They really are. And it's fun. And I'm very delighted to be a part of this movie. I am now, 25 years later.
You mentioned just showing up in, the last 10 minutes. Do you think your character should have, more appearances throughout the movie? So
no.
People would have,
No. In fact, I asked Sean, I said, why don't you at least be honest with the audience and let them see just a glimpse of this character somewhere along the line? He said, no. Actually, I think that, John and Neil, I think that that's what's really the wonderful thing about Friday the 13th, number 1, is that your imagination is truly titillated. I mean, you really are led down many wonderful paths, and so that nothing is, just right there in black and white and everything laid out for you on a platter so that you don't have to use your imagination. Your imagination is used all throughout the film, including my coming in like the troops going to save the day and being this warm, loving woman, and then, you watch her go insane. She loses it.
Yeah, definitely. You got a question, John?
I was
just asking John if you had a question.
I was just wondering, what was your feelings towards Sean Cunningham while filming?
Actually, I was very happy with him as a director. I think he led me down a very good path. When you play somebody, that's ferocious and a killer or whatever, like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, and he's running through the maze in the snow, and he's got that insane look on his face. You kind of want to do that, because you kind of think I have to play evil. But, no, he wouldn't let me do it. He said, no, just keep it real, that's all. And that's what makes her so deadly, is because she is real. And that's what makes her so lovable, too.
Do you think that's scarier if, like, a real person, like someone looks like a real person as the killer, instead of, like, the sequels where it's kind of like a maniac?
I'm telling you, I don't accept those.
or another movie.
And I'm going to stick to my guns. See, I can't really comment on them,
right,
to tell you the truth, because I haven't seen them. And I know the guy that was Steve that was in number one. I didn't even know, in the one that when Jason started to come upon the scene, that Jason. Mm-hmm. And he had first worked with a canvas bag over his head or a paper sack or something.
Right.
And then he told me when they were going to have him, because he was doing all his own stuff, Mm-hmm. There was nobody there to do it for him. He's a good-looking man, and he said I wasn't going to go through that window and have my face all cut up. So he said he's the one that came up with the idea to wear a hockey mask.
Huh.
So I'm not sure. Maybe he'll be at this convention. He usually is.
I believe he is, yes.
Yeah.
Steve Dash.
Yes, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And Ari, I think Ari will probably be there, who now is a grown-up young man and has his own band and everything, and he plays Jason, the original Jason. Mm-hmm. And Tom Savini. Oh, Tom Savini won't be at this one. No, he's going to be in Europe.
What was it like work with Tom Savini? Was it fun?
Oh, he's great. He's great, and he's a brilliant genius when it comes to special effects. He really is. He's really quite wonderful. And my first, actually, encounter when I got there to start to do the show was with him. They had to make up that head for me so my head could go rolling down the beach.
Right.
And he was showing me some Polaroids, and I came upon this one, and I said, "Who's this?" And he said, "Well, that's your son, Jason." I said, "My gosh, why does he look so strange?" He said, "Oh, he's a mongoloid." I said, "What?" I said, "That wasn't in the script." And he said, "Well, we figured he just didn't look weird enough, so this is what it turned out to be." So I had to do some more thinking in my characterization. I really do a whole autobiography of my characters whenever I play them, because before you ever come upon the scene, when an audience sees you, you have had a life ahead of time. And I won't go into the whole thing. When they have me do talks and things like that at these conventions, then I can tell them the story, because it's a little involved about the character and all, and why she is what she is.
Yeah,
and that's got to blow her away,
Right. Let's tell everybody that they can visit rockandshock.com, and they can find out how to, where it's going to be, get tickets and everything. It's Worcester, Massachusetts this weekend at the DCU Center and the Palladium.
Thank you for giving us all a plug.
Oh, definitely.
And I know that everybody's going to have a good time. These conventions are quite wonderful.
You enjoy
I just did one in Wasteland, and then I'm going to be doing Chiller Theater too for Kevin over there in New Jersey. That's a big one also. They're fun. They're lots of fun. Hard work. Yeah. You talk and are with people like from 10 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. Steady all the time, talking to people all the time. Yeah.
Does anyone?
But I like it.
Sign anything? I was just wondering if anyone ever asked you to sign something kind of strange, besides a picture of your.
Oh no, they bring stuff. They bring machetes, and they bring hockey masks. The Jason mask, and they want you to sign their clothing, some of them that they're wearing, you know. And, and posters, and, no, they bring a lot of things to be signed, books, and I
Did you get to keep any of the props?
No, I didn't keep anything. But I do wear a sweater that I have found in a thrift store that looks like the sweater that I wear, so I wear that. They seem to be happy to see me dressed like Mrs. Voorhees. It's close enough to the one that's in the film.
Right. You got another question, John?
I know you did all your own stunts in the film. Did anybody get hurt while filming?
Repeat the question again, John, and
I'm sorry.
Enunciate, okay? What is it you're asking?
I know you did all your own stunts in the film. Did anybody get hurt?
If you want to call them stunts. I don't think there are any.
No, not really.
To tell you the truth, no. But what would you like to know about that?
Did anybody get hurt while filming it?
Oh, not in our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I don't think anybody else did. See, I can't account for what happens with this big, tall man with the crazy mask on his head or face or whatever. I guess there are a lot of things there that, like Steve said, he did all his own stunts in the first one. I don't know whether that's what happens now. You'll have to talk to some other people. You'll have to talk to Jason.
Yeah, we got some...
find out those things.
We hope to have Ari on this weekend.
What?
We might be interviewing Ari.
Oh, I hope you will come. Come and we can meet face to face.
All right. We'll introduce ourselves.
I'm a cool cat.
You sound it.
Yeah, I am. I enjoy life. I really do. Do come, and you'll come to my table, and we'll have some laughs together. Thank you very much for this interesting interview.
Is there anything you want to tell your fans out there before I let you go?
What, dear?
Anything
you want to say anything to them?
Yeah, to your fans.
I just want to say to them that I love them, and that I'm so happy that they love Mrs. Voorhees. Makes me feel like my life has been worthwhile. And that they should come and see me, and that we will have hugs. I always hug them when we pose for the candid pictures. And I have some nice pictures with me that they would find interesting to have in their own collections. But without the fans, I just want them to know that none of us, not one performer, could be who and what they are unless we had people who enjoyed seeing us work. And that's why all these performers should never forget that. Without you, we would be nothing. Okay?
Well, thanks a lot. Really appreciate you coming on tonight.
My pleasure. I'm pleased that you wanted to talk, both of you. And John, wherever you are, West Virginia, whatever, come up to the Cape and we'll all play. Come up to Worcester.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, Rock and Shock. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, Rock and Shock. RockandShock.com.
Okay.
We keep here
Thanks
1 second.
a lot.
This is Irwin Keys, and you are listening to WithoutYourHead.com, baby.